This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news tonight, the family of a Sarasota teen who was hit and killed while crossing Siesta Drive 6 months ago has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the couple who hit him. The parents of 16-year-old Matthew Batchy filed their suit October 30th, claiming negligence against Ashley Kozel and her boyfriend, Marco Radizik. The lawsuit accuses Radizik of failing to take action to avoid the collision before the impact. But according to a report by the Sarasota Police Department, it was the teens who were crossing the road that were at fault for that crash. Officers concluded that Radizik could not have avoided the crash, so no criminal charges were filed. Radizik is a part-time race car driver, and Kozel is a wealthy socialite. Kozel is included in the suit because she owns the vehicle that Radizik was driving. The fatal crash also injured a 15-year-old girl named Erica Ross. Her mother has filed a lawsuit as well. New details this evening on the continuing fear for residents in a Tampa neighborhood as the Seminole Heights killer remains on the loose. The reward for information now increasing to $91,000. At a press conference this afternoon, Tampa police released a new video of a person of interest in the case captured on security video nearby. Police Chief Brian Dugan says the department has received more than 400 tips. They're now asking the public for help in identifying the man in that video. On Monday, the fourth victim, Ronald Felton, was gunned down outside a local food bank where he volunteered.
I repeat, we are now calling this person a suspect, and we need to know who this person is. We need someone who is thoughtful, cares, and has the heart and the fortitude and the bravery to step forward and tell us who this person is and give us the identity. I don't need speculation. We don't need profiles. We need names.
Anyone with any information is being asked to contact the Tampa Police Department. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office looking for a man who robbed 2 businesses and stole 2 vehicles. Deputies say someone broke into Steel Products Incorporated in Sarasota on Saturday and stole a white GMC truck along with more than $30,000 in welding equipment. Surveillance video shows the man using a waterproofing contractor's van to ram the doors to the business. Deputies say he walked with a distinctive limp before leaving the business in that stolen truck. When deputies notified them, the waterproofing contractors actually found evidence of another burglary. 2 of the company's vans were broken into and a third was missing along with some tools. Anyone with information is being asked to call Sarasota County Crime Stoppers at 941-366-TIPS. Meanwhile, a local pharmacist has been arrested and charged with theft and possession of controlled substances. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office says Cody Bennett was a pharmacist at the Manatee Discount Pharmacy when he committed the crimes. An investigation began after a complaint of suspicious activity at the pharmacy. The investigation later revealed that almost 500 oxycodones were reported missing. When detectives arrived, Bennett had some of those pills in his pockets. He confessed that he had been stealing from the pharmacy since September. Well, it was a gorgeous day out there today. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at tomorrow. Bob?
Well, Jacqueline, the reason why it was so nice today, high pressure in control over the southeast United States. And around this high, we have this clockwise flow, which brings us that northerly component to our wind and keeps things a little bit cooler. So today's high was right at average. The low this morning was a little bit below it. And currently, it's nice out there, 64 degrees. We have clear skies, and the dew point is at 60. Winds are out of the northeast at 9, and the pressure is still rising at 30.01 inches. And it looks as though winds will stay out of the north throughout the night, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles an hour. That will make for a little bit cooler start to the morning on Thursday. We're expecting low temperatures into the upper 50s for the most part up and down the coast, and with that wind out of the north, it'll make it feel a little bit cooler. As far as those lows go for some specific cities, Rotunda 59. Port Charlotte, you'll start off today at 58 degrees. Northport at 57, 57 as well in Lakewood Ranch. And temperature of 58 degrees in Sarasota, Bradenton. A little bit warmer because of the Tampa Bay area and also the river there, keeping temperatures a little bit warmer, but still right around average for this time of year. And we are anticipating another cold front to make its way down through our area. That happens over the weekend. Right now, a few showers along the east coast, not much rain. This is a little disturbance that's going to head basically to the south and east of the Suncoast. We'll have more on that front that's due to arrive over the weekend coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline.
All right. Thank you so much, Bob. Birds, canals, and drones were the hot topics of conversation in Northport this evening. Residents learning the results of a recent study that was done surveying some areas that are almost impossible to get to. ABC7's Rick Adams has more tonight from the Northport Library.
Well, folks here did get a chance to see the advantages of technology. A drone accessed parts of Northport that are impossible to get to. A drone took flight earlier this year to survey around 35 miles of Northport's 80 miles of canals. The purpose of the study was to take a closer look at wading birds during this year's nesting season.
I think this kind of study is very, very important. A number of animals are obviously going into being listed on the endangered species list, and so having this kind of technology is a big tool, a positive tool.
Many types of birds of all sizes were able to be spotted during the study, as was an abundance of vegetation in a lot of places that are inaccessible. At times, the drone was flying 200 feet above the canals.
It gives you the ability to gather really accurate data. And a lot of decisions in land development or conservation are based on having the best available data.
Water Resource Associates Engineering was overseeing the study, and they had received a grant from the Charlotte Harbor National Estuary Program. They presented their findings to a large group of folks Wednesday night who were very interested in what they had to say.
The technology allows me to see things I'd never ever be able to see if it wasn't for the drones up above showing the birds, and the birds would probably be scared away by me if I tried to get that close.
And we're being told they are planning on more drone studies here in the future. For more information on this, you can log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. Reporting from Northport, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Rick. The Manatee County Utilities Department has issued a precautionary boil water notice for an area on Anna Maria Island. Water will be shut off on Friday from 9 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. for people living from Marina Drive to Sunrise Lane between 56th Street and 52nd Street. Once the water is turned back on, all water used for drinking or cooking should be boiled. Water should be boiled until it's shown to be safe, which is usually 24 to 48 hours after it's restored. If you have any questions, you can call the Utilities Department at 941-792-8811. Well, ground was broken this morning in Sarasota on a new treatment center for foster children. It's a center that organizers are calling the first of its kind in the world. The All-Star Children's Foundation will build a 5-acre foster care campus on 17th Street between Beneva and Lockwood Ridge Roads. Besides a treatment facility, they'll also have individual foster homes on campus, and that's what supporters say make this so revolutionary.
On this campus, we are going to have a 12,000 square foot treatment center that's focused on trauma care for the children that are in foster care. We additionally will have 6 fully licensed family foster homes, so when children are first removed from their home, they have a place to come immediately and be with us and get that trauma treatment in the first 3 to 5 months of their stay.
The McGillicuddies chipped in $3 million towards the $10 million project. Other monies coming from a state grant and a grant from the Barancic Foundation. Governor Rick Scott proposing major investments in education, health, environment, and public safety here in Florida. His $87.4 billion budget proposal will include an extra $200 per student for schools, a raise for law enforcement officers, the fight against opioid addiction, and protection for beaches, state parks, and springs. Well, Florida medical examiners say opioid-related deaths increased 35% here in 2016. A report released today by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement says there were more than 5,000 cases where opioids were either the cause of death or present in the system of the person who died. That's nearly 1,500 more deaths than in 2015. Manatee County had the highest number of opioid-related deaths among Florida's 67 counties in 2015. Combating the opioid crisis is one of the priorities that the Florida legislature will take up when the session begins in January. Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast, plus a new discovery in the California shooting investigation, and Republicans across the country pressuring Alabama's party to get Roy Moore to abandon his U.S. Senate race.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-307-2040 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you the #1 mistakes retirees are making with their investments today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-307-2040 to have your free information kit rushed to your door. Again, that's 800-307-2040.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Well, it was a little chilly if you were heading out the door this morning. Can we expect the same for tomorrow?
A little cooler, actually.
Okay.
A couple degrees.
Wow.
Good. Not too bad, though. I mean, I think we can handle it.
Yeah.
It's not below zero. We have no wind chill yet. Looks like things are going to be okay. It looks like a little bit below the average low into the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. Another great shot. Van Wezel webcam showing a little wave action, though, out on the bay. The waves starting to come down a little bit as the winds are lessening just a little bit. They'll still be up to 2 to 3 feet tomorrow, so boaters beware. No small craft advisory in effect for our coastal waters. Look at this shot. This is a great shot from Raymond from Lido. Looks like the Joshua Tree cover from U2 long ago. A nice shot right there. And South Venice Jetty. Susanna getting this one as the sun was going below the horizon. No clouds around for the sunsets recently. Clear skies right now, 64 degrees. And the relative humidity fairly low, but for this time of night, 60 degrees on the dew point. Winds are out of the northeast at 9. The pressure 30.01 inches. That is high, and it has been rising throughout this evening. High pressure still the dominating weather feature for us. The high was right at the average of 79 degrees. The low this morning was 58, a couple degrees below the normal, which is 60 degrees. We'll be close to this number, maybe a degree or two cooler. It will feel cool, too, as a result of the northeast wind. But the record low, 37, set back in 1969. So it can get cold this time of year. The rainfall, no rain to report for the month, though. So far, we've had just 0.04 of an inch of rain, and we're about an inch below average so far. Now, the low temperatures will drop down again into the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees near the coast. 64 in Sarasota currently. It's 47 in Tallahassee, 52 degrees in Jacksonville, much warmer in the Keys and in Miami. And the Gulf water temperature now down to 73. Mid-60s across the entire viewing area from Avon Park all the way to Inglewood and up to Cortez. Anywhere from between 65 and 67 degrees at this point. Well, the overnight low temperatures will drop down, as I said, into the upper 50s to mid-50s, and then highs tomorrow will be a couple degrees just below average for this time of year. 80 degrees in Naples, still nice, beautiful weather. Fort Myers at 79, and then again a kind of a cool start to the morning on Friday with just a degree or two warmer on Friday. Another cold front, though, is due to arrive over the weekend. Looks like the timing of this next front will be mid to late day on Sunday, and with that in mind, we will see cooler temperatures moving in on Sunday night and Monday morning. Well, Futurecast showing us a little weak disturbance kind of heading off to our south and east. Maybe an increase in some cloudiness tomorrow, but not much. It's still a gorgeous day. And Friday, look for more of the same with beautiful weather in the forecast and temperatures staying close to around 80 degrees for high on Friday and Saturday. Nationally, a storm moving through the looks like Ohio Valley, causing some showers there and some snow showers earlier in Michigan. For us, the rain now along the east coast of Florida and down the south in the Florida Straits. Not much going on here. There's that frontal boundary. It's rather weak right now. This is not the cold front that's going to move through and cool us down. It's the one behind it that will. Some rain now mainly across parts of Michigan and northern Ohio right now, kind of spinning around that area of low pressure out west. The big story is the heavy rain moving into northern California and Washington, Oregon. Temperatures 18 in Minot. This is where that cold Arctic air is right now. 35 in Chicago. It's 50 in Washington, Boston at 39. And you'll notice on this GFS model, it shows the cold air really staying mainly to the east, but it does drop down a little bit further on Monday. You start to see some of those blues invade the southeast United States, and that means that we'll get a little bit cooler on Monday and Tuesday, and then again, we'll start to warm up right before the Thanksgiving Day. Not much going on in the tropics. All is quiet there and should stay that way over the next several days. North winds will be for boaters at 10 to 15 knots. We'll have a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature has cooled down to 73 degrees, and we're looking for a high of 77 at the area beaches. Tides upcoming for Sarasota Bay look like this. The next low tide will be at 5:55 and a high tide at 11:49 tomorrow morning, and sunrise at 6:52. Partly cloudy, a little cooler, especially inland areas. And then for tomorrow, look for some sunshine mixed with some clouds. It will be very dry. We're not expecting any rainfall. And in fact, that front that moves through on Sunday only brings a 20% chance for a shower or two. And then you'll notice the highs on Monday in the low 70s. A little bit of a cool start to the work week next week. Back to you, Jacqueline.
All right, sounds pleasant. Thank you, Bob. A reminder that you can get all of the latest local and national news on your smartphone app, but if you're an Apple user and have the old version of our app, it will go away at the end of the month. So if you don't download the new app by November 30th, you'll miss out on all the news, video, and notifications that'll keep you connected to our community. You can find the new app by simply searching for My Suncoast in the App Store. Disturbing new details tonight about that deadly shooting spree in the small California community of Rancho Tehama Reserve. Earlier today, investigators identified the gunman as Kevin Neal. Neal was known to authorities and had at least one prior arrest. Investigators say Neal's first victims were two of his neighbors, and now investigators have discovered a fifth victim, the gunman's wife, found under the floorboards, shot to death.
We were looking for his wife. We couldn't find her yesterday. We located her dead body concealed under the floor of the residence last night. She was obvious victim of several gunshot wounds. We believe that's probably what started this whole event.
Neal targeted 7 locations during his rampage, including an elementary school that went on lockdown after hearing shots being fired outside. His motive is still unknown this evening. Tonight, Senate candidate Roy Moore continuing to fight on despite pressure from leading Republicans for him to step aside. Late this afternoon, his attorney raising questions about the credibility of at least one of Moore's accusers, and word of at least 2 more women claiming Moore groped and kissed them. ABC's Maggie Worley has more.
President Trump's remaining silent on Roy Moore.
Should Roy Moore resign, Mr. President? Do you believe his accusers?
As fellow Republicans push him to drop out of the Alabama Senate race. Moore's campaign's fighting back hard, denying allegations of sexual impropriety with teenage girls years ago when he was in his 30s. Earlier this week, Beverly Young Nelson went public, claiming Moore assaulted her when she was just 16.
Mr. Moore reached over and began groping me.
Nelson says that's the last contact she had with Roy Moore, but Moore says he's never met her. Yet Moore's attorney says Moore was actually a judge in Nelson's divorce case in 1999.
There was contact. Judge Moore signed an order in that case.
Nelson's divorce attorney says Moore simply signed a document and that the two were never in court together. Moore's lawyer is also asking for a handwriting expert to evaluate the inscription Nelson says Moore wrote in her high school yearbook, "To a sweeter, more beautiful girl. I could not say Merry Christmas. Signed, Love, Roy Moore, DA."
Look at those two sevens, and then look below at the 77. And I want to ask you, do you think it was written by the same person?
And late Wednesday, at least 2 more women coming forward. Tina Johnson confirming to ABC News that Moore groped her in 1991 in his law office. Gina Richardson telling the Washington Post Moore pursued her, calling her at her high school and forcibly kissing her. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Well, sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Here's a look at what some people are calling our show.
Hi, Mom. Where are you? Okay.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts. Coming up on Suncoast View, we've invited a few local friends, including a huge snapping turtle. We'll meet South Florida Museum's newest manatee and the Hyatt in the kitchen. Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Now, sports.
Corey Kluber of the Cleveland Indians won his second American League Cy Young Award today. Kluber got 28 of the 30 first-place votes by members of the Baseball Writers Association of America. He added to the Cy Young he won with the Indians in 2014. Nicknamed Klubot for his robotic manner on the mound, he finished 18-4 and struck out 265. Kluber was especially dominant down the stretch, closing out the season by going 11-1 to help Cleveland win the AL Central. And Max Scherzer of the Washington Nationals has coasted to his third Cy Young Award and second straight in the National League. He breezed past Los Angeles Dodgers ace Clayton Kershaw, drawing 27 of the 30 first-place votes by members of the Baseball Writers Association of America. He earned the NL honor last year with Washington and the 2013 American League Prize with Detroit. He became the 10th pitcher with at least 3 Cy Youngs. Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott has dropped his appeal of a 6-game suspension over alleged domestic violence. He served the first game in Dallas's 27-7 loss to Atlanta last weekend and will miss 5 more before he's eligible to return for the Cowboys' December game against Seattle. 22-year-old Elliott was suspended in August after the NFL concluded he had several physical confrontations last summer with his girlfriend at the time. And 3 UCLA basketball players accused of shoplifting in China admitted to the crime and now apologizing before coach Steve Alford announced they were being suspended indefinitely. LiAngelo Ball, Jelaine Hill, and Cody Riley were described as good young men by Alford at a campus news conference today. The coach said the trio would not be allowed to suit up, practice, or travel with the team while the university continues to sort out the circumstances of last week's incident in China. The 3 took turns admitting to their actions and apologizing, while also thanking President Trump for intervening on their behalf with his Chinese counterpart. That's a look at sports tonight. We'll have our winning lotto numbers when we come back.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night, or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night, and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, Bob, many people enjoying those cooler temperatures. They certainly feel pleasant and very nice.
We're starting to get used to them too now. You know, after that long hot summer, things are starting to get back more to average temperatures for highs and lows, and looks like that'll stay that way right through the weekend. Although Monday a little bit cooler at 72 degrees, and looking at the long-range forecast, Thanksgiving Day looks okay. Mid-70s, low 70s, a real possibility.
All right, well, not too bad. Thank you, Bob, and thank you for joining us tonight.